These aren't dogs. These are dogs. These are not goats. These are turkeys. This is a duck, not a turkey. This is Silver. This is Target. And this is Vance. And this is Rango. And this is my horse. Over there is my horse, Color.
So welcome to the Times of Be Life. One of the things that I want to do with this series for 2017 is share with you my personal journey through it all. Because I mean that's what this is all about is living our life and being life and sharing that life with you guys. And you know, it's not like it's all butterflies. I mean, it is all butterflies, but at the same time, lots of times we don't see the butterflies. You know, there's a rainbow in the sky all the time, but sometimes we're blind to it. So this is just going to be really honest. It's going to be about you know, struggles, reflections, the learning process, and just our life. So I've got my Mustang herd with me here. A dear friend made these for me. They're so awesome. They even have the brand on them. And any of you that know me know that my comfort zone is with a horse. So for me to be doing something that does not have a horse, you know, right here with me is a little bit of a challenge. Of course, you know, the horse is still with me all the time because it's their spirit that I ride on and everything that I do, but it's still easier when I'm sitting on a horse than not. So I have them with me. So they're right here as I talk with you guys. The thing that I want to share with you for this very first episode, actually episode 2, but the first one that I share a message with, is about recognizing who it is that we really are, and owning that and being okay with that and being proud of that, even. And that's been a process for me. I think I've known for quite some time that I was a creator. I am only comfortable when I have freedom to create. For example, I cannot stand lines, right? I can't stand boxes. I can't stand stripes. I cannot stand anything that I feel like boxes me in. Whenever we go anywhere and we're at a hotel, if we are at a hotel when we go somewhere, lots of times we're in the horse trailer if we have the horse trailer, but if we're in a hotel, the first thing that I do is my clothes get scattered like all over the floor. I mean, it's just, and as soon as they get scattered, I go, okay, I can breathe now. Whew. Because when they're all packed up neatly and organized, I cannot stand it. I can't stand it. I feel like claustrophobic, like I can't breathe like this. I have to have my freedom. I've got to have my freedom. So it's been a bit of a, I guess, struggle at times with that because, I mean, you feel like you should be organized, right? I mean, the world tells you you should be organized, and the world tells you you should fold up your clothes and that you should have them in neat little piles. And so I think I've had this love and HATE, I don't say that word, relationship with myself sometimes, because I love that I'm a creator. I love to create, and I love bringing the unseen into the seen. And but then, once it starts to become seen and it starts to look like some sort of a box, then it's like I want to run away from it and run back to my unseen world, which is really where I'm the most comfortable. And, I've even felt a little bit like frustrated with myself, or felt like maybe I was not being a responsible adult by not, by realizing that I'm so uncomfortable in that scene world and with organization and with the things that are valued in society. I mean, it's not really valued in society to be the flying by the seat of your pants kind of person. It's more valued to be really structured and organized and have your stuff together. So when my stuff gets too together, I start to freak out, because it's like I gotta get that freedom so that I can be myself again. So it's weird. I mean, it's weird, but recognizing that that's really who I am has also been empowering. Uh, so we have this new thing, my husband and I, that we're doing now. We've created a business where we sell goat milk soap. First time that we've ever done something in such collaboration. And recognizing this creator self that I am has been really valuable for developing this business together with my husband. So I kind of started with developing the soaps and the how we were going to make the soap, what the soap was going to look like, what the packaging was going to look like, and I created all of that. Actually, I can show you. So and turned into this cool little packaging, that I designed, and the way we do the little salt for our salt bar on top, and just really got into the creation of it, right? And I had a fabulous time doing that, and I was in the groove, and it felt good. And so, but then my husband and I are working together on this, and so he's looking at the soap, and he's like, we've got to have a way to cut this so that it's consistent. So, when we sell it to a store, like a big store, we have to be consistent in the product. It needs to be the same size every time, and all this kind of stuff. And like, okay, yeah, I get that. You're right. You're right. I'm okay with that. So he kind of takes over. He didn't really ask, but he just sort of takes over at that point, and he starts working on how we're going to cut these bars so they're exactly the same every time. And up until that point, I had just been doing it with a knife and kind of halfway eyeballing it. And, I mean, they looked really pretty, but they were not exactly the same. And I didn't really see a problem with that. I mean, I get what he's saying, but I mean, mine were close. They were close to the same. And so anyway, so he takes off with developing, this system of cutting these bars of soap so they're exactly the same width every time. And he perfects it, and he works on it, and then he shows me what he's come up with. And we're in the kitchen, and he's showing me, and he pulls out this tool that he's found, that is a soap cutting tool. That actually has like guitar strings on it, and I mean, he even like tunes it like a guitar to get it ready to cut, which that part's really cool. Um, so he goes ding 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 ding, tunes it, and but then he goes and cuts the soap. Okay, and and he cuts it, and every single bar of soap is exactly the same width. They're like all an inch all the way across. And I'm looking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, ah! I'm like, this just I can't. And I was suffocating. I don't even know how to put words on it, but it's like I felt this thing in me say, "No, you cannot do that, my creation." And it was so silly because even in the moment of feeling that, I knew how silly it was. I knew the necessity of, making soap the same width, so we can sell it and we can have it in these big retail stores, and we can actually, have a consistent product. I get the necessity of that. But it was so enlightening to realize like how much it bothered my creative self, which is who I am, right? And I mean, here I am being this person that I am, this creative person, but yet having this side of me that has been at times trying to be that boxed in, perfect 1 inch width across bar of soap, and yet never really being any good at that person when I would try, because that's not who I was. And then being a little bit critical of myself for not being good at the person that is not who I am to begin with. And how crazy does all of that sound when what I'm finally realizing is it's okay. It's okay that I can't stand stripes. It's okay that I cannot stand to be boxed in. That's okay. It's also okay to collaborate with someone that's good at creating the type of box that I can't stand to create. Actually, that's the only way that I can truly create, is to allow myself to be in partnership with that type of person. I don't have to try to wear every hat. And I'm not supposed to try to put the hats on that don't fit. And I'm not supposed to feel guilty for not being able to get the hat on my head that doesn't fit my head. It's okay. It's supposed to be that way. And I'm still absorbing that. And it's not easy, because I think that there is a big part of me that my entire life I have said, you should be more organized. You should be more tidy. You should do this to be more like whatever it is I think I'm supposed to be like, which is so ironic because I love who I am. I love the creative self that I am. I absolutely love this. So why am I trying to be something I'm not? So I'm proclaiming that I'm not going to do that anymore, and I'm going to value the collaboration with other people that are the things that I'm not, that are brilliant at wearing the hats that I can't fit on my head and that I don't even want to try to put on my head. And collaborate with these people like my husband that can figure out how to cut this soap in exactly the right width, and collaborate with the wonderful bookkeeper that we have that's handling all the paperwork stuff for our business. Oh my Lord, talk about something that is not my cup of tea. And she's brilliant at it. And she's so accepting of the fact that I'm not. And even expected it. She said, well, of course you don't want to do this. Of course, she said, of course, this is not who you are. She said, I like doing this stuff. This is why I created this business of being a bookkeeper, so that people like you, that you get to do what you do, that you're good at, and I do what I do, and I'm good at it. And then we both, are able to be successful because of working together. And it's such an obvious thing, but one would think I would have figured it out by now. And maybe on the surface I had, but not deep within myself. I must not have figured it out deep within myself, because I was still being critical of myself for not being more organized and not being more of all those things that like I said, that is not who I am, because I can't stand a freaking stripe. Oh my gosh, cannot stand a box. So, okay, so I won't go on and on. One of the things I tend to do is be very lengthy, so I'm going to try not to be too lengthy, so y'all will actually listen to this. That's really my message to own right now for you and for me, is to recognize what it is that's who you are, own who you are, and be proud of who you are, and accept help with the parts of you that you're not. And don't just spend your whole life trying to shove yourself into some hat that's somebody else's hat, You've already got your hat on your head, and it's pretty awesome. So wear that one.
Hey, Terrence, you sleeping? Terrence. 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 Hey, buddy. I just wanted to say hey.
Be Life Farm! I gotta, we gotta, we gotta.